The sign of the giant, out of sight, out of mind. The blind leading the blind, leading the blind. The sign of the giant, out of sight, out of mind. The blind leading the
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's a Value Wrestling right here once again with the weekly Roundup podcast. I am the Big Time, along with the El Uno Supremo, Mr. Z, the El Uno Supremo, the one and only, right here on YouTube, on the Value Wrestling with your weekly Roundup podcast, where we talk about everything going down in the world of wrestling today.
What is up? What is up? Oh, Mr. Bishop Dorian, what is up, my dude?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get ready. Let me check one little thing here. We can hear. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get ready. Let me check one little thing. Okay. Wanted to make sure I wasn't echoing because it looked like I was echoing in the sound. Welcome to the final chapter for showing up tonight. It is the weekly roundup. We're going to round up everything in wrestling. Last night we weren't here for a Royal Rumble review, but we will talk about the Royal Rumble. A little emotional last night. They played a lot on the heartstrings there at the end for people going back and forth. They had some high point moments, and they did a lot. But we're going to talk about the Rumble. We're going to talk about the fallout of the Rumble. We're going to talk about a couple other things. Wrestling rated right here, right now, and let's get it started. Royal Rumble, Women's Royal Rumble. Let me go over the list of entries in order, and then we'll go over the eliminations and we'll talk about it. It started off with Io Sky and Liv Morgan setting some major standards. Great show. Roxanne Perez representing NXT. It does look like Roxanne Perez has now been called up to the main roster. She may be making her main roster debut this week if rumor is true. She came in at number 3 and became the Iron Woman, going longer than Bayley's record last year, going over an hour and several minutes. So Roxanne Perez now the longest woman in a Royal Rumble, beating Bayley's record that was broken or set last year. Lyra Valkyria came out number 4, had a small wardrobe malfunction there in the beginning. Luckily, the refs were able to assist her in getting that fixed. Number 5, to a solid pop, your United States Women's Champion, Chelsea Green, came out. Number 6, of course, B-Fab. 7 was Ivy Niles. Zoe Starks at number 8, representing NXT Last Legend, came in at number 10. Bianca Belair. Shayna Baszler was 11. Bayley 12. Sonya Deville number 13, giving Pure Fusion Collection a whole control of a lot of this match at that point. Maxine Dupree was number 14. Naomi 15. NXT's Jada Parker was 16. Piper Niven showed up at 17. Natalya at 18. And the newest member of the WWE roster coming in at number 19. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the former TNA Knockout Champion making her debut as official member of the WWE roster in one form or another. The one and only Jordynne Grace getting a major pop to her entrance, followed by Mei Shin at number 20. Number 21 getting one of the biggest pops of the night, one of the biggest showcases, one of the biggest got you moments. After news and rumors had circulated that the one was not coming back to WWE, even rumored to be going to AEW at times. The rumor mill and everybody was circulating. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, to one of the biggest pops of the night, Alexa Bliss made a return to the roster, or to the Royal Rumble, to active, and we can't wait to see Alexa Bliss back in action. But one of the biggest pops, one of the greatest moments, out with her doll and everything. Great stuff there. 22, Zelina Vega. 23, Candice LeRae. 24, to a pop, Stephanie Valcour. 25, Trish Stratus got a big pop. 26 was the former Dora the Explorer wannabe Big Mommy Cool, Raquel Rodriguez. 27 was the return of Charlotte Flair. She got a solid pop when she made her return and entrance. Number 28 getting a pop was Julia. Julia entering the Royal Rumble. Number 29, of course, Nia Jax. Everybody was waiting for Nia Jax to come out. And finally, number 30, everybody thought AJ Lee was making her return, and a lot of hearts were broken. A lot of people were disappointed when we got Nikki Bella making her return to WWE, and it looks like Tony Khan has missed the buck on that opportunity because it looks like Nikki Bella will be back with the WWE on some type of agreement. It looks like WWE not only got Jordynne Grace, but they've also got Charlotte Flair back and Trish Stratus back, Nikki Bella, along with Alexa Bliss, some big names coming back to the WWE Women's Division. And those were the women in their entrance form. Amazing entrances. Alexa Bliss was probably the best for the women, and it was solid.
Well, yeah, no, definitely. And to each their own on how you felt the Rumble went, on how you felt the Women's Rumble went, who was supposed to be there, who was going to come back. I mean, we all knew who was coming. But
sort of. I don't know if a lot of
the biggest play, sort of. Yeah, you're right. No, sort of. But the biggest play was Alexa Bliss. Everyone thought she was gone.
Yeah, no, the rumor mill circulated and left a lot of questions for people wondering if Alexa Bliss was going to be back, and she proved the whole world wrong. Now let's talk about order of entrances, because it took a long time before we got anybody eliminated. B-Fab was the first woman eliminated this year by Chelsea Green. Lyra Valkyria getting dumped out by Ivy Nile. Ivy Nile then getting dumped out by Maxine Dupree. Maxine Dupree quickly eliminated by the whole collective of PFC. Zoe Starks then dumped out by Belair and Naomi, while Shayna Baszler was dumped out by Bayley, and Sonya Deville was taken care of by Io Sky. Last Legend went out in the number 8 spot due to Chelsea Green, and Chelsea Green got accidentally eliminated by her own Secretary of State, Piper Niven. Jada Parker was quickly done and taken care of by Jordynne Grace. Natalia got dumped out by Liv Morgan. Alexa Bliss, to a loud boo, was dumped out by Liv Morgan also. Charlotte Flair would then turn out and dump out Misha and Piper Niven. Jordynne Grace was eliminated by Julia. Is that setting up a future story? Jordynne Grace and Julia, that is going to be awesome. Can't wait to see if that's going to happen. Nia Jax made a presence simply by eliminating Zelina Vega. Trish Stratus jumped out Candice LeRae. Trish Stratus then got dumped out by Nia Jax. And then Stephanie Vaquer, Raquel Rodriguez, Io Sky, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan all wound up on the outside, toppled and stacked on top of one another on the apron when Nia Jax ran over and eliminated them all in one fall swoop in a massive elimination of 7 women, I believe that was. Julia then get knocked out and dumped out by Roxanne Perez. Nikki Bella dumped Bayley, then Nia Jax dumped Nikki Bella. Nia Jax got dumped by Charlotte Flair, leaving Roxanne Perez and Charlotte Flair. Roxanne Perez eventually got dumped out by Charlotte Flair, allowing Charlotte Flair to make her return and become the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble for the 2025, setting her up for a shot at a women's title match at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. And we all know it's probably going to be against Tiffy. Charlotte and Tiffy time going to go down. People popped for Charlotte when she arrived. Not a whole lot of pop when she won it. It was expected when we knew Charlotte was going to be in it, but it is what it is. Charlotte's going on to WrestleMania. Will she win another title? Did she need to win the Rumble to get a title shot? Could they have given this to somebody to really do something with? I think you had a plethora of opportunities. I think everybody knew it was Charlotte Flair. I mean, it's not a surprise per se, but I mean, you could have. I mean, I know a lot of people are pissed off that Alexa Bliss made a return and didn't do it, but I mean, you can't really give it to Alexa Bliss. I mean, that would not have made sense as much as we may have all wanted it and loved it. Jordynne Grace would have been solid to make her leveling of debut. You could have given it to returning Nikki Bella, but that would have been the same as Charlotte Flair. Nia Jax definitely has earned a Royal Rumble win here, whether you like her or not. And yeah, your friend can be happy. We're going to talk nice about Nia for a moment. She could have won the Rumble. And that's the only thing I'm going to say nice about Nia Jax, because Mr. I am in love with Nia. Oh, Nia. The Oompa Loompa elf on the shelf wannabe.
And you know what? Like you said, she could have been one of those that honestly could have, who could have put it off. But it was kind of tongue in cheek thinking about it. Charlotte's coming back. Charlotte needs a big moment. Not to add, I mean, it's her and Tiffy. People been calling for that for a minute, so you
Eh,
can't get mad after you've been asking for it.
It could be built a different way, but I get it. It is what it is. From there, we had the tag team title match. The best 2 out of 3 falls. A good solid match. Would have been better on TV. Would have been better if it had the length that it needed. A 14-minute 2 out of 3 falls match. Just didn't quite get it. The ending was very disappointing. But it was great. I loved the fake tag from Ciampa to Johnny Gargano that allowed to get the first pin. Of course, then we saw Skull and Bones getting the second one. And then out of nowhere, as the Motor City Machine Guns looked like they were going to dominate and win the titles that night, out of nowhere, the Street Profits show up, take out the Motor City Machine Guns, allowing DIY to win, and then take out DIY as they're celebrating. A lot of people saying this is where the Street Profits turned heel. Are they really a heel team? They just took out both teams. Are we going to get a triple threat match? Are we going to see a new version of the Hardys, the Dudleys, and Edge and Christian? Is this what we're going to get at WrestleMania? Is it time for another TLC WrestleMania moment? Are we going to get the Street Profits versus the Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY in a TLC match? I think that is your best option going into WrestleMania. Put these 3 teams in a TLC match. Let them light the house on fire. Let them burn it down. I think these 3 teams can live up to the to that. I definitely know DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns should carry that type of match and take it to a whole different level. So it's going to be something special. You throw the Street Profits in there. So we'll have to wait and see the fallout. Are the Street Profits fully heel? Are they tweeners? Are they just doing what they wanted to get the title shot? Do they want to beat DIY and not letting the Motor City Machine Guns? So many questions left. But it was a sad ending because it wasn't clean, and the Street Profits helped DIY retain, kind of killing the credibility of DIY at being credible tag team champions, which they should be because it's well-deserved and earned. Hopefully this leads to DIY, the Motor City Machine Guns, the Street Profits, TLC, WrestleMania 41 Las Vegas, tear down the house. Motor City Machine Guns can go over, and maybe at the end of the match we're going to see Ciampa turn on Johnny Gargano, setting up the long feud for WrestleMania 42 that hopefully we can get to.
Well, yeah, no, I completely agree with that one. It was kind of a clusterfuck, the whole match in general. Street Profits interfering at the end of all that. I mean, you talk ladder matches, and I'm over here thinking in the back of my head that Angelo Dawkins is the Bubba Ray to his boys Devon. That's all I could think of as a good anchor man in that entire match, which would be great to see because it's been a while since I've seen a big man involved in a ladder match like that. Motor City Machine Guns and DIY, yeah, you're right, they could carry that match. If this match does happen, it's going to light the night on fire. Depending if it's night 1 or night 2, I hope it happens.
They need to write this story that way.
Yeah, exactly. Like the build up for it needs to happen, and that'll have to start tomorrow and Friday for sure. Start building now.
No, I think you bring one team with the tables, one team with the chairs, one team with the ladders, and you set it up and you get it going. I think that's the build you need. I think this is the closest you're going to have to an Edge and Christian, the Hardy Boys and Dudley Boys. I mean, DIY and Motor City Machine Guns stand there. Street Profits, I mean, they're going to make it. They're going to make it good. But I mean, why not? If you're going to have any teams do it, if you're going to have a WrestleMania a triple threat match, this would be the perfect 3 to put in a TLC match.
Yes.
Book it.
Definitely. And I've got nothing against it. Please book it.
Ladder match. Royal Rumble. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. Both titles hung high above the ring. And this is a brutal, brutal match. Fight went all over the place, went in and out of the ring. Eventually, until Cody put Kevin Owens to death by beheading him with an Alabama slam on a ladder between the ring and the announcer table. Off the announce table into a ladder. Does anybody know if KO has his head back on? I mean, he got beheaded after that Alabama slam. The image there was beautiful. Cody climbed the ladder, got the gold. A lot of people saying Cody snapped. We didn't get the white babyface Cody to win. Cody snapped last night. This is Cody starting on a heel turn, that Cody is finally feeling the pressure, and he will turn up heel? I don't know if I saw that. I saw Cody doing what he said. You don't want to see me do what I need to do to destroy you. The intensity was justified by everything Kevin Owens had done up to this point. So, I mean, I think it was just the necessity of what needed to happen in this match. But it shows Cody has a mean streak. It's the long projection for Cody to turn heel, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? But a solid match.
Exactly what. Yeah, oh, great match. It was great. I've never cringed so much during a match because I'm like, luckily Kevin Owens has that kind of fluff and padding. Because goodness, some of those spots were hard. Yeah, I want to know if they found Kevin Owens' head because that Alabama Slam was brutal, but it was what a Bullet Club Cody would have done, which is by any means necessary. And I'm
very
completely
much
content with that.
Anyways, the Men's Royal Rumble was up next, and we started off in a shocker. Number one, I don't think anybody would have bet number one, a former Iron Man at himself, former Royal Rumble winner, Rey Mysterio was number one. And as we all sat there, I think a lot of people were going, number two is going to be Dominic. We need Dominic as number two. Somebody in that realm. And shockingly, to a huge pop himself, we got Penta. Penta making his Royal Rumble debut at number two. Rey Mysterio and Penta started off. And I'm going to tell you, people, if you go back and watch the footage of Penta and Rey, when Penta went over and his one foot touched the floor by accident or by purpose, his other foot never touched. He almost stumbled and hit both feet, but he didn't hit that second foot at all. He saved that second foot. He barely maintained it. It was an impressive save. He got back in there. Beautiful stuff between Penta and Rey to start off. A little bit of botchiness in there, yes. Penta's still trying to get into the comfortability of doing the WWE style, but it was great. Number three was perfect. You brought in Chad Gable, who's already having issues with the luchador. He's going to learn the dark arts of Lucha Libre Wrestling. I don't know who's the leader of the dark arts or who is behind dark arts. I know somebody who runs a dojo down in Florida that's called Dark Arts. You know who runs a dojo in Florida called Dark Arts?
Who does?
Well, I mean, I guess you're going to have to ask Selena Vega because I think she's co-owner. But anywho.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. Mm-hmm. You got it.
Number four was Carmelo Hayes. Number five was Santos Escobar. A lot of small luchador, high-flying guys in the start of this. You had a lot of trouble to Chad Gable. A lot of great stuff here. Number six was Otis, which was lots of fun to see. Braun Breaker coming in at number 7 and making a dominant presence that he needed to in the Rumble. He felt impacted, felt a little better, felt good in this one. Number 8 was Akira Tozawa was taken out by Carmelo Hayes as Carmelo Hayes was leaving. Akira Tozawa was coming out. And what was the biggest wasted spot? I don't know why we had Akira Tozawa here when we could have had anybody else. Where was Karrion Kross for tonight? But hey, that's me. Anyways, Akira Tozawa was taken out. Triple H said we needed somebody to replace him. ISO Speed was in the back, live streaming from the gorilla position when Triple H threw him into the ring and to his death. Worst mistake of the night, honestly. I get the pop, the fun, the moment, but I mean, I think this was really just a wasted spot. I know a lot of people are entertained. I'm sure ISO Speed will never want to step in a WWE ring again. I'm sure if the Uno Supremo would have taken that same bump, he would never want to step in a wrestling ring again. So I get it. It was a pop. It was a crowd moment. It was for the new fans. They threw somebody out there that was going to make it fun and exciting. ISO Speed. It was kind of a give me. We knew there's something going on. They kept talking about ISO Speed. I'm not surprised he got in the Rumble. I think it was just stupid. From there, we got Sheamus. Number 10, Jimmy Uso making his appearance. And number 11 was Andrade. Number 12, to a solid pop in his own right, shook up the whole Rumble, changed the mood in the building. It was a changer. It was a game shifter when Jacob Fatu came out to the ring. Number 13 was Ludwig Kaiser. 14, The Miz. Number 15, one of the biggest pops of the night. Also, if you believe he will be, yes, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Hendry making a Royal Rumble appearance, making his Royal Rumble debut. Joe Hendry, Teenage Champion, after beating Nick Nemeth. And that was all mentioned on air, which was awesome. Number 16, to a solid pop. Yes. Roman Reigns, after 5 years, returns to the Royal Rumble. Number 17 was Drew McIntyre. 18, Finn Balor to new music. Number 19 was Shinsuke Nakamura. 20, the world went Yeety as the Yeet Master. The main event, Jey Uso came out. 21, we saw the return of AJ Styles, and then it began to be number 22 with Braun Strowman, and from there, the world went nuts, because 23 was John Cena to a major pop, 24 CM Punk to a major pop. As John Cena, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns stand in the ring, as everybody else is down, they stood facing off, not touching anyone. They stood silently. They ate up a lot of time between all these entrances. Once Cena came out, nothing really going on in the ring. CM Punk came out, nothing really going on in the ring. Number 25 was then Seth Rollins, who came out, and all hell broke down. He immediately talked Punk, and it all broke down. 26, Dominic Mysterio. 27, Sami Zayn. 28, Damian Priest. 29, L.A. Knight, who has a lot of heat from the rumors that we'll talk about after we're done with this. And number 30, the Maverick Logan Paul finally showed up. So that was your entrances. Now let's talk about your eliminations. The first man eliminated on this line was Carmelo Hayes after taking a vicious spear from Braun Breaker. Santos Escobar suffering that same spear, getting eliminated second. Third was Otis by Braun Breaker and ISO Speed. ISO Speed gets a helping hand as he eliminates Otis with Braun Breaker, but ISO Speed then paid the price. He not only got decapitated, but broken in half by Braun Breaker. He was then eliminated. Jacob Fatu then eliminated Chad Gable, Rey Mysterio, and Andrade at 5, 6, and 7. Ludwig Kaiser was quickly taken care of by Penta. Miz got dumped out by Roman Reigns. Sheamus got dumped out by Roman Reigns. Joe Hendry tried to go one-on-one with Roman Reigns, was quickly knocked out. Roman Reigns suffered a vicious spear bomb by Braun Breaker, and as Braun Breaker tried to eliminate Roman Reigns turned it around and dumped Breaker out. Jimmy Uso was then eliminated by Jacob Fatu. Penta got eliminated by Finn Balor. Shinsuke Nakamura by Jey Uso. Jacob Fatu was picked up by Braun Strowman in revenge and knocked out. Braun Strowman then eliminated by John Cena. Balor eliminated by John Cena. Dominic Mysterio paid the price as he was eliminated by Damian Priest. Sami Zayn was accidentally eliminated by Jey Uso, so we'll have to see how that story plays out in the future. Drew McIntyre in a shocker, very upset after being eliminated by Damian Priest. A lot of speculation and heat. We'll talk about that a little later. L.A. Knight was quickly eliminated by AJ Styles. AJ Styles got dumped out by Logan Paul. Not happy about that. Is there a possibility of an AJ Styles-Logan Paul match? A lot of people calling for a Logan Paul-CM Punk match at WrestleMania. Ladies and gentlemen. Logan Paul and AJ Styles, I can live with. Logan Paul and CM Punk, no. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns were both dumped out by CM Punk. CM Punk then was dumped out by Logan Paul, and the crowd went boo. They were not happy. Logan Paul getting a lot of heat, dumping CM Punk out. The world was shocked as the final three were Logan Paul, John Cena, and main event Jey Uso. The world either booed heavily when CM Punk went out or Roman Reigns went out. The boos were hard here. Logan Paul picking up a lot of heat here, and then the world really got nuts because they're like, who? Is Cena really winning this? The statistics were CM Punk was number 1, John Cena number 2, Roman Reigns was number 3 to possibly win. Seth Rollins was probably number 4. Drew McIntyre was in there at 5. But Logan Paul got dumped out unceremoniously by John Cena, leaving John Cena with Jey Uso. This is when I kind of got upset because I'm like, they're just going to give it to John Cena when John Cena really doesn't need this. Back and forth, a solid back and forth between John Cena and Jey Uso. They both line out. I'm on the outside. John Cena sets up Jey Uso for an AA. Jey Uso slides back in the ring, quickly pushes Cena off the apron, and Cena's feet both hit the floor. Cena is shocked as he is eliminated. And the winner of the Men's Royal Rumble for 2025, main event Jey Uso. In a shocker, because I'm sorry, there were very, very few people who would have said Jey Uso was going to win this. You were a minority if you thought he was. It's a shocker. I think WWE did great in the fact they gave us somebody that wasn't really in the top 5 at least. For most people, for the betting odds, he was not in the higher echelon of that. So I can't be mad. No. I don't know if it's the right guy. And the thing is, nothing against Jey Uso. Jey Uso is a workhorse. Jey Uso definitely fits in a mentality that I think I heard from Big Ugly earlier. He is definitely that Rick Rude, that Mr. Perfect. He's a great workhorseman. He's definitely a great person in that position. But is he really the face of the company? Can you put Jey Uso? I know there's a lot of people who think John Cena is going to pass the torch to Jey Uso. I don't think Jey Uso is the face that's going to carry WWE. Not with guys like Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, CM Punk there now. Not with future names like a Braun Breaker who could definitely carry this company. If a Joe Hendry jumps over, you're looking at Joe Hendry. there's just so many young, talented names that it's hard for me to say that I see Jimmy Uso. He's definitely kind of lost in the midst of many giants. I mean, he does fit into that Rick Rude perfect, never your champion, but always the workhorse. The second place, the Intercontinental Champion, that mid-belt. Will he win a title? Yes. What do I see? Well, we know he's lost 3 times to Gunther. I don't see them writing the storyline where Jay's going to go after Cody. Not when you have Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens still. You have these guys, John Cena and all of them fighting. I'm going to tell you, the Elimination Chamber is going to be John Cena, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Kevin Owens, and probably Drew McIntyre. They're all going to fight. Whoever wins that's going to go face Cody at WrestleMania on night 2. Your night 1 main event will be Jay Uso, against Gunther. Jay Uso will win that title. He'll probably hold on to that title until SummerSlam. They'll give him a nice, decent title run as they build a story. Will we go to SummerSlam where we're going to get Jay Uso versus Jacob Fatu? Now, there's a guy that could possibly very well be a workhorse face of the company. Jacob Fatu could be your next Triple H. I'm saying, get ready. It's going to be interesting where we go with that. Jay will win the title at WrestleMania. You can't go 3-0 and then go to WrestleMania and not win that match. He will take down Gunther. I think he's the wrong guy to take down Gunther. I think if you're going to have somebody, it should be somebody that's going to be solid or made. I mean, I would have been okay with Cena taking the title from Gunther at a point just because it would have made sense. It would have been a big name like Cena that would have had to take down Gunther to take that title off of him, which would have kept Gunther really, really strong because it took the likes of a superhero, Superman, John Cena to take him out. Him going down to Jay Uso is not bad, but I don't know if there's a lot of benefits for either man in the end. Yes, Jay Uso is deserving of a world title. Jay Uso has worked hard. He's a workhorseman. He may not win, but I doubt that's really the scenario. Not when you're 0-3 going into Mania after winning the Rumble. And the other thing is, everybody's right. Jay Uso is selling the hottest merchandise. Jay Uso is popping the crowd louder than anybody. The yeets are ridiculous in all those arenas. They're going to yeet out WrestleMania 41. It'll be night 1. It'll be a hot night 1. The world will be yeeting at the end of night 1 at WrestleMania 41. That's going to sell shirts. It's going to get merchandise over. It's going to get a lot of casual fans watching because they're going to get into what is going on with the yeeting because it's something everybody can do. So, I mean, I think that's a lot of the reasons why we're going with it. It's not necessarily long-term face of the company. It's just, hey, right now he's hot.
Well, that too. Well, again, here's another thing, and we're not taking. Just so everyone knows, we're not taking anything away from Jay Uso. Nothing at all. We're just simply stating an opinion here. WrestleMania season always seems to bring back the casual fans. I know there was a lot of people that I know of that are just casual fans that only tune in for WrestleMania season from Rumble on. Just because it's the casual fan thing to do. Why not?
Yeah.
Royal Rumble's the hottest way you kick off the year, and then you can go right into WrestleMania. And then, like you said, the fans drop off after that. That's fine. But right now, Jay is the hot commodity right now. He's the one selling the shirts. He's the one drawing the crowd.
And right now, WrestleMania being held in Las Vegas is a different creature than most WrestleManias because you have a larger group of people that come to Las Vegas for so much more things that WrestleMania may not be the only reason they're there. You may get people, because WrestleMania is there, people coming into town to gamble or other events might go, hey, WrestleMania is here, let's go check it out. Yes, you're going to have your big fans, but you're still going to get a lot of people who are just going to happen to be in town and see it's there that are either very casual fans or just people who are interested. And a lot of these hotels are going to get their big whales in for this show, give them seats and get them over there. People who are not even really wrestling fans are going to go watch the spectacle. And putting somebody like this in a high-profile match is just going to get people who don't know what's going on this excitement. Because even if you're not a wrestling fan, you go to WrestleMania 41 and you get Jay Uso winning the title on night 1, and everybody in the building doing that, you're just going to get sucked into it, and you might buy a ticket for the next night if you don't already have a ticket. So there's a lot of things. I don't know if it's a lot of things like the hardcore wrestling fans. I don't know if he's the guy, but I get it. I accept it. He'll win the title at WrestleMania 41. He'll then go on to probably lose it at SummerSlam. That's okay. I don't know what you do with Gunther after this. Where does Gunther go in all of this? It's going to be interesting how you keep Gunther doing. Do you take Gunther off of TV for a while? You know, who knows? It's going to be interesting. How's it going to be when Jay, wins the title? How's that going to affect Roman? How's that going to affect Chica, Fatu, Solo? A whole plethora of people in the wings. Will Drew McIntyre be pissed off and want that title? It's going to be interesting. Cody's going to face one of the big names. Cody, it's already given me. It's going to be Cody, Roman. A lot of people want to see that again. I don't know if that's the right one for a third year in a row. Because you told the story. Cody overcame Roman. What do you tell here? It's Roman on his redemption story. Is Roman going to win back the title from Cody? Where do you go with Roman and Cody from there? Does Cody beat Roman and vanquish him? What does that really do for Roman? Does that really help Cody's title reign? I think right now you're going to have CM Punk. Something's going to be funky because we still have this. CM Punk is probably going to get in the Elimination Chamber. Is he going to use his favor to get in the Elimination Chamber? I don't know. Is CM Punk going to not win the Elimination Chamber and have to call in his favor to be in the main event? Everybody's thinking that CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns was the story they're writing for WrestleMania. Seth Rollins really more snapped on Roman than CM Punk. CM Punk was there, granted, but I think there was more intensity between Roman and Seth. I think you're going to get Roman versus Seth Rollins. There's anticipation there. If it wasn't for Seth Rollins last year at WrestleMania, maybe Roman wouldn't have lost his title. So I think there's a long story there. Seth Rollins, did he go heel last night? It very well looks like the story that they've been telling. This was the final push. I think Seth Rollins is going to go full heel. He might align himself with the Drew McIntyres and Kevin Owens of this world as a little conglomerate of let's kill Roman, let's kill Punk, let's kill all these people who are doing us dirty. But yeah, Seth Rollins definitely snapped last night. That's why I'm like, you can't tell me Cody snapped and Seth Rollins snapped in the same night. It doesn't make sense.
No.
But this will fuel Seth Rollins to want revenge against maybe Sami Zayn for the kick. This will want Seth Rollins against Cody Rhodes again. But we got to be real careful because Cody's already dominated Seth Rollins 3-0. You know, I think you're going to see Punk in the main event against Cody. I hope they don't make it a triple threat or four-way dance. It may turn into that somehow. But I hope they don't, because I'd rather see a CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes in the main event of night 2. CM Punk needs it. I don't think you can tell the story of CM Punk needing the main event at WrestleMania. He's never main evented. Everybody's putting it in his face. He doesn't main event this year. Do you really have enough there to keep that story going for next year? It's people's attention span. Are we really going to want to sit here and wait until next WrestleMania again to see if Punk's going to make it? And we don't know what Punk's condition is going to be by next year. So, I mean, you're being real cautious here. But we saw the big promo between Cody and CM Punk. I think there's opportunity and a chance there.
Definitely. Like you said, you know, it is WrestleMania. There is a show before WrestleMania. A lot of things can change between now and then. Like you said, could Cena possibly yank the title beforehand? There is a possibility of that, but why? What do you, like you said, if it ends up, you know, if like you said, Cody and Roman, no, yeah, people want to see it, but there is the other hand of why is it going to happen again? Give it to somebody else. Seth and Roman, I'm all for it. If you want to give them a showcase match at WrestleMania, it makes sense. But, you know, we're only fantasy booking here, folks. That's about where I'm at. I mean, either way, between now and the next pay-per-view, or next PLE, my bad, a lot can happen. A lot of direction can change between now and then.
Anyways, another hot moment last night. It was introduced to the world that March 5th on Tubi. So everybody get Tubi. WWE has a new program. They're rebirthing what used to be Evolve. WWE owns Evolve, and they are bringing Ball back. But Evolve is going to be, though, if you watch closely, you would have seen one of our favorites, one of our shining stars, a WWE ID guy that we're going to see on February 16th at SPW's Love is Pain. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was a Jack Cartwheel in the commercial there. Jack Hartwell is going to be part of the Evolve plan. The whole idea for the Evolve is what Triple H said last night. Evolve is going to be these prospects, these young talent in NXT, in the Performance Center, in the gym. These are not going to be guys on NXT. This is going to be the talent that are WWE ID, the Neil program. These are going to be all these prospect talents. This is going to be a prospect show. WWE stealing ideas from some of the indie shows. But Evolve really going to be the prospect show where these guys are going to get to show their talent, what they can do, and really learn. So you're going to have Evolve, NXT, and then the main roster. So we have another level added into this whole thing. We're excited to see. Can't wait to start talking about that. Glad to see that at least Jack Hartwell is going to be a part of that. That's exciting. But this is going to give opportunity to a lot of guys that might get dark matches in this way. You know, you don't know who you're going to see exactly involved, but what it's going to be the prospect talent. So it's going to be people just outside of NXT who aren't exactly on NXT. But yeah, I assume we're going to get a lot of the WWE ID guys, as we've seen with Jack Cartwheel, and I'm sure several others.
I mean, it's perfect. You know, the breeding ground of the young talent that's going to move this company forward into the future. I'm all for it. And it was great because, last night there was a conversation wondering if that was Jack Will. But I mean, if you know the jacket, then you know the jacket.
Well, yeah, he was in several different shots. If you paid attention, he was there more than just the one jacket. He had a couple moves on those mimics and everything else. So it's a lot of fun. Can't wait to see WWE Evolve debuting on Tubi. Tubi is a free app, I believe, that you can download. It'll premiere on Wednesday, March 5th, all on Tubi. Tapings are set to begin on the 7th of February at the WWE Performance Center. So that's going to be awesome. The long-rumored NXT Evolve project was finally taking shape, and now it'll premiere. Gabe Sapolsky, who originally ran Evolve Wrestling before WWE purchased it in 2020, is believed to heavily be involved in its relaunch. So there you go. It's going to be awesome to see how that all comes together going forward.
I mean, other than the fact that all of the ID superstars that we have seen pass through so far, and getting to be on TV, getting the showcase they deserve. So I mean, it's going to be a fun watch. That's for sure. I know we'll be watching, because it's not just for one guy. There's a plethora of others we would love. I'm pretty sure we'll enjoy watching.
Yes. So as Jordynne Grace has chosen WWE as her next place to go, Megan Bayne has become All Elite. Megan Bayne being officially announced this week as All Elite, as she has joined AEW officially. And now that the crickets have spoken, we will move right along. Outrage after Royal Rumble, fans demanding, writing Nick Khan, writing the head of TKO of that brand of Endeavor. I can't think of his name. The bigwigs, even writing The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, for the immediate firing of Triple H. Yes, the premium live event, the 2025 Royal Rumble, had a lot of things going for it. And, of course, the main event, the Men's Royal Rumble, saw Jey Uso ultimately winning the match, confirming his spot for WrestleMania 41. But this seems to have enraged the fans. After the win, several fans took to Twitter and blamed WWE for its decision, sharing a huge, major disappointment. People are not happy. Fans are calling it embarrassing. How are you letting John Cena lose to effing Jey Uso is embarrassing. Another fan criticized Triple H for not making the Royal Rumble the best ever, especially in front of the 67,000 plus fans. Fiery, burning, people tweeting, "I hate Triple H with a burning, fiery, scorching, excruciating passion." Fans are just as outraged. They told Triple H it was time for him to resign, adding they were starting to miss Vince McMahon. Worst Royal Rumble production and winners, Triple H, you are losing the idea. It's time you resign because we are missing Vince McMahon again. That was one fan's.
Oh, wow.
Royal Rumble was garbage. You just fired Triple H. Fire Triple H. He ruined the Rumble. Fans are fiery and upset. They don't understand. They don't understand. And they don't want to understand. And it's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. That's why. Who in their right mind would say they miss Redacted? Honestly.
Anyways, we're going to move along from that. Nikki Bella made her long-awaited return to professional wrestling at the 2025 Royal Rumble. Rumors speculated earlier last year, or earlier in time from now, that she was seen at AEW. It looked like she was going to talk to Tony Khan to even be a part of the AEW roster. People were on both sides of that fence, like, yeah, we want to see Nikki Garcia back. And a lot of people are like, no, we don't need Nikki Garcia in professional wrestling. But no, she is back with WWE. Nikki spoke about it, and here's what she said, and I quote, "It's crazy. The crowd just gets you right back into who you are out there. What I sometimes have to do is be careful of this, that I almost want to go into ultimate heel Nikki mode because it's where I thrive. You try not to get emotional because it's been so long. I love my WWE Universe family. I love my family back here. When you hear the crowd react like that, you're just like, oh my gosh, it gives you all the feels." Nikki then went on to make it pretty clear she has some scores to settle. And I quote, "There are parts of me that have unfinished business, long business with Charlotte Flair, but also Liv Morgan. I never caused chaos. To Bayley. That's someone I've been loving. I kind of want to kick her off her high horse, and Chelsea Green too." So Nikki Bella looks like she's going to be back in action and being around WWE for a little while. Nikki Bella and John Cena in a WWE building once again.
No comment.
AEW sets up for an 18,140 seat venue this year when they bring All In to Texas to the to the Rangers Stadium this year. The current count sits at 11,304 tickets distributed out of the 18,140 seat setup, meaning 6,836 seats are still available. That is an increase of just 231 tickets in the past 7 days. With only 160 days left until the event, the pace of sales remain concerning. Comparison to AEW's record-breaking all-in events at Wembley Stadium only highlights the disparity between them. AEW is promoting All In Texas as a must-see event, trying it in the Conrad Thompson Starcast Convention in a weekend full of fan experiences. But so far, the ticket sales haven't matched the hype. With over 5 months left before AEW still has time to get those people in their seats. Will AEW do it? I also heard they're doing 2-for-1 tickets on this show at different things, trying to get people to buy the tickets. AEW is slowly breathing its last breaths to soon become the cockroach of the other cockroaches of TNA. TNA may just be passing AEW as TNA is doing smaller venues and outselling them. And hell, there's promotions that I'm hearing that are indie promotions that are talking about selling out 1,000-seat buildings, trying to get AEW numbers. I don't know if they will, but hey, shoot for the stars.
If it's taking you this long to try to sell out a pay-per-view in a venue, and that's not even selling out, that ain't even using the whole venue, then you need to rethink your game plan. Honestly, what I thought they were doing right now, which was the smaller venues, the Hammerstein ballrooms, the whatever place in Jacksonville they like to go to, venues like that, I'm all for it. I mean, but he's reaching again. And I mean, I would have thought the attendance at the Stockton Arena was going to be like the wake-up call. But, who am I?
After the Royal Rumble, Kathy Kelly was able to catch up with an ISO Speed and a neck brace. Speed making it clear that he's ready to take things to the next level. He goes on to say, and I quote, "If I had more time, I don't know why they keep doing this to me. If I had more time, I promise you I can do way more than y'all think I would." He then went on to call out next Royal Rumble, I'm calling everybody out. Roman Reigns, Mark Henry, Rey Mysterio, Dom. It doesn't matter. I'm getting all of y'all. Just wait until I start training out there. It ain't a joke out there. It's not a joke. I show Speed looking for another Rumble.
That spear would reach that price.
And he calls out Mark Henry and Roman Reigns. What do I say? What do you say? What do you say?
Oh, the man loves pain, I guess. I'm sorry, but I've watched that spear not just from their camera, but from fan cams in different angles, including the front row, and it looked painful. He ripped them apart, like clean in half. I was waiting to see his shoes flying.
Anywho. A lot of people predicting Jey Uso, Royal Rumble or WrestleMania opponent. Some people think that he's going to take on Cody Rhodes, that Cody Rhodes is going to go heel, and Jey Uso is going to be the answer for Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41. But last night on the after show, Jey Uso made it pretty clear that he's challenging Gunther for that title. Night one, book it. Gunther versus Jey Uso. Jey Uso going to get the big win over Gunther, going to win that title at WrestleMania, get that big 41 pop, making 41 night one the hottest night. You're going to getting people ready and excited to come in for night two. It'll be the perfect way to end night one. It'll be the great setup. Cody is going to take on the winner of the other match. It is just how it's going to be.
Sounds like a great time. I'll be in Vegas for night one, so that'll be fun.
Roxanne Perez's days in NXT are numbered, and it looks like she's headed to the WWE main roster sooner than later. The 23-year-old prodigy delivered a standout performance at the Women's Royal Rumble, and now reports confirm she's on the WWE's radar for a call-up. Sean Ross Sapp said WWE has been eyeing Perez for a main roster spot since January, with sources noting that she was just a matter of time. While there's no official date locked in, the Rumble was all but cemented her in NXT is soon. She has built up an impressive resume as being a former NXT Women's Champion twice, winning the NXT Women's Tag Team titles, and even holding gold in Ring of Honor as the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion before signing with WWE. Roxanne Perez should be making her debut in NXT. Will she go to Raw? Will she go to SmackDown? I don't know. It's a wait and see, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, I mean, you want a continuation of her and Bailey. I'm all for it. Build something nice for that one. Give it a nice build.
Yes. So last night, WWE had several big returns in the Women's Rumble. Not too many men's returns, AJ Styles being one of them. No NXT men's in their Royal Rumble, but one of the big official returns, the most talked about return after it's all said and done, the biggest return that was talked about prior to it, when the interwebs, the IWC, the Internet Wrestling Community, not the Independent Wrestling Community podcast that we talk about, but the Independent Wrestling Community was up in arms as everybody was reporting that Alexa Bliss and WWE had contract issues. Well, those were all put to bed last night when Alexa Bliss officially made a return to the WWE. It was one that caught fans by surprise and off guard. According to Fightful, Bliss' inclusion into the 2025 Royal Rumble match was a late decision, with even fellow WWE stars unaware of her return until the day of the event. She wasn't present at Friday's rehearsal, and at the start of Saturday, the belief that was someone else's spot. That someone else looked like it may have been Shotzi, who had originally been penciled in for the Rumble match. Shotzi, who missed a significant time with knee injuries, had been competing in NXT to get back into ring shape. The expectation that the Rumble would be her official comeback, but those plans were scrapped in favor of a returning Alexa Bliss. While no one is holding anything against Alexa, there's reports that some sympathy backstage for Shotzi, who was seemingly passed up. But Bliss is back. Fightful confirmed that PW Insider and Wrestling Observer were indeed accurate reporting earlier in the week that Bliss and WWE were far apart in contract negotiations, which made her sudden comeback all more surprising. With the Bliss officially back in WWE, the focus now shifts on what's next for her on the road to WrestleMania. We're just glad to have Alexa Bliss back in WWE and not on AEW TV.
Right? I mean, had everyone fooled. And just the pop alone at the arena, I mean, hell, we popped the house. Give the kids shedding a tear because she had to have been the biggest fan of Alexa and loved what she brought to the table with Bray Wyatt. Like that, it was a feel good moment for everybody.
Drew McIntyre got unceremoniously dumped out by Damian Priest in a shocker. It was kind of downplayed. A lot of things were going on. It didn't seem like he got the moment he had, but Drew McIntyre's had a stellar ride through WWE. But after the Royal Rumble in 25, it looks like he's not thrilled on where things are going. The Scottish Warrior was a major player in the men's Rumble, but frustration hit an all-time high after his elimination. As he headed backstage, McIntyre was being slotted for a feud with Damian Priest, which many are calling a nothing match. With the momentum that McIntyre has built in 2024, he believes he deserves a marquee feud, not something that feels like an afterthought. After he got eliminated from the Rumble, it was heard that he went backstage cursing and pissed off about somebody having to get all their moves in and doing what they needed to do. And not happy about it at all, saying someone having to get their moves in, and he stormed out of the building before the Rumble even finished. Sources say, i.e., very much after CM Punk's return at Survivor Series when Drew McIntyre left the building. Seems the same story we're getting here. So we'll have to see what's going on with Drew. Drew and Priest would be a great match. I think it's a solid feud. I don't think it's an afterthought feud. We'll have to see how it's built up, especially with the elimination there. But here's also the other thing. A lot of this could be worked up. And the rumors are that a lot of people are upset with LA Knight. If you go back and watch, LA Knight seemed to be in the way of the elimination between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest, that he was not on cue and officially off by a couple of steps. Several people reported that they were not happy with what seemed like LA Knight trying to get his moment in the sun.
Oh, wow. I mean, nobody happy, huh? No one's happy. Nobody's happy.
Yes. No, we're going to have to wait and see how it all breaks down. A lot of people upset, too, that Brock Lesnar was not featured in the Rumble. Everybody dying for Brock Lesnar to come. But, unfortunately, Brock Lesnar has been named in a couple of sticky situations, leaving it where it has become a issue for him to be, as he was officially named in the Janelle Grant lawsuit. So we're going to have to wait on Brock Lesnar's return until that matter all gets cleared up.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, bro, I don't know. Maybe it's just me being the old school fan that I am, just like you. I was satisfied with the way it went. I wasn't mad. I wasn't upset. Nothing bothered me. There was a couple of points where I'm just like, why? But I'm not going to sit there and be enraged by it.
Nope, not going to do much good. It is what it is. It's done, and the days are over. Rumble is behind us. We're on the road to WrestleMania. The season's only going to get hotter, as everything is only going to get bigger and better, and we are going to do the same thing. The Value Wrestling's getting ready for February. It's going to be off the chain, off the hook, and we're going to talk more about that on Thursday. Tomorrow's Monday Night Raw. We will not be here with the post-show live. We'll be back Tuesday night when we cover everything that happened on Monday Night Raw. Wednesday's the the Rebound podcast, as it covers everything Japanese wrestling. We'll go live once again that Mr. C is back and better than ever. Back to 100%. Friday, we should be back with the SmackDown After Rumble, and we'll cover all of that. Saturday, nothing going on. We'll be back next week with your weekly Roundup podcast, like we do each and every Sunday, unless there's an SPW show, which is coming up on February 16th in Elk Grove, California, when Love is Pain. And then after that, we got the Ugly Dojo show on Friday, February 21st at the Jack Rubber Brewery. And then the 22nd CC California Championship Wrestling here in Modesto, California. All that's going to happen in that plethora of a week of awesomeness as the Value Wrestling gets ready to kick off a whole new adventure. Join us. Be ready. We're going to talk more about that on IWCP Thursday night, the Independent Wrestling Community Podcast. Hoping to get some special guests lined up for the shows in the near future. If you want to be a part of that show, reach out to us. Links in the description of the bio. Make sure you like this video, Check the links. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok. If you didn't delete it from your phone, I'm surprised. You know that people, if you deleted TikTok from your phone, you can't re-download it. So people are paying thousands of dollars. People are paying, if you go to eBay and look for phones with TikTok on it, people are paying thousands upon thousands of dollars for phones with TikTok still on them. You could sell your phone, buy a new phone, and still be in good money.
Try that.
It was a thing. I thought it was a joke. Then I looked at it and said, oh, it's actually real. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, this is Value Wrestling on the Big Time. That is Mr. Z. We're going to wrap up here. Calling it a night. This has been your Rebound Podcast, your weekly Roundup podcast right here on Sunday nights, where we talk about everything professional wrestling. We broke down the Royal Rumble. We talked about it. We beat it to death. It was good. It was bad. It was however you felt. Tell us what you think in the comments below. Thank you for everybody who joined us tonight. And we hope that we continue to grow. Join the Value Wrestling family. All the things that are coming up in the future are going to be amazing, awesome, and totally incredible. So join us then. Tell them good night.
Sounds good. Good night, folks.
We'll see you on the next one.